So for those of you that haven't followed any of my videos, which I'm not worried about, I'm gonna explain that I took the advice of Joshua Bardwell on his FPV Know-It-All site. And on the site, he recommended, you can get the Eachine X220 for a fair price, or you could go a little bit more and get the Arris X220 with what comes with the QX7 transmitter, which is what I did, and here it is. Now, as you can see, I've only got two props on. I'm gonna show you something that's really been annoying me, but now here's something interesting. I should have done this when I first got it, but I've already replaced the camera, as you can see. Put a Foxeer Predator Mini on there, and it comes with a very, very cheap Foxeer that has no real field of view. So now, one thing that really has got me annoyed with this is, while I do love having different components that I can change out for the arms, because after my second flight of getting lost in a tree, as you can see, one of the arms is already bent. See the bend marks, because when it fell out of the tree after me having to shake it repeatedly, yeah, see, so that broke, and luckily I was able to just order some new arms. And the nice part is that I can change them out. The shitty part about these, though, is now these are the props. This is the prop that comes on. Yeah, I don't have them scared. I just gonna show you. Is a Dow Prop Cyclone T5045C, which, now if you notice that the ends here are shaved and they're flat. So because now if you look at right here, see how close it comes to the standoff right there. Now, I went out, and everybody I've seen videos of talks about the Gem Fan series, and these are the Gem Fan here, 51,499, I think it is. So I got the Gem Fan, and now, as much as I love having the parts of this frame that I can change out, one of the worst drawbacks is, now, do you see the tip of this, how square it is? See, another one there. They didn't come like that. Because what I've noticed with this and these modular arms, which what I love, but the one drawback that I hate about this, though, is that these can, alright, I'm going to show you, see how that got a little gap? And with just upon a little bit of impact, these things will, now as you can see, this corner's already flat because of all the wear I've done on it. See, it's just enough. And if that had the proper tip, which is what happened to these, well, it would literally take off the tips, which is what it did. Now, because this X part of this frame here, it does flex. These arms will move 1/64 of an inch, enough so that way, that's why these have these flat tips. Now, the one thing I did like about this is this came with, I doubt you can see it, the actual transmitter inside here. It's an FR Sky XSR. So, I mean, it's got a decent, from what I've been seeing, it's got a decent receiver. The problem is that I'm only getting like 500 yards out of this before it literally drops out of the sky. So as you can see, it's just got these little antennas. They're put in through these nice little 3D printed things here, and I'm not sure if there's mounting issues, but I'm gonna have to get a hold of, see if I can find some local guys here in Savannah to maybe show me a little bit about antenna mounting, and learn a little bit more about fixing these things and getting more performance out of these. So, cause I mean, it literally, I'll have to learn how to set a failsafe too, but, and eventually we have to do flip over after crash, but it's got no range. And I mean, you can always say a GoPro adds a distance, but from what I've seen from everybody else's videos, so the motors that actually come on this, they're Arris X220 motors, which I have no idea if that's good or not. They do got punch. I mean, I'm gonna see if I can get a video of showing the punch, because these things, they do haul, but with my range issue, I mean, it's kind of a short-lived flight. So, now one of the issues I had is I had a fall on this thing because the range didn't go that far, and when it fell out the sky, it landed. That's the one right there. It literally landed on the ground on the nuts like that, which is weird because it didn't. I figured it would have hit the battery first, but it literally hit this, and I want to say this should be a number 1 motor right there. It's got a nice vibration in it. Might be slightly out of round, and I can put it on beta flight, and I can see, you go to the motors, and you can see that little bit of beep beep, a little bit of bleep in the line of where these motors go. So now I can see why people use 4-in-1 stacks. It's nice because you got to actually have it clean. You can actually, but unfortunately, you're left with that, all these wires here just hanging out there. Now I'm not really worried about replacing the stack because I mean the flight controller is matched to the ESC. It's got the power comes in on the ESC, so I'm gonna keep this for now. I'm gonna tape these up and hopefully keep these wires safe. Yeah, that should do good for now. And one other thing I just noticed is because, like I said earlier, that the GoPro, they said you shouldn't be able to put one up here, which I'm going to. I think I'll be able to once I get one. One of the other things I did notice though is that, see, the battery, the receiver for the XT60 for the battery connection, it's got 2 screws that's held on a plate right there. Now, one nice thing is I just noticed this, is there's the matching hole on the bottom here, so I can actually move the XT60 connector to the bottom. So we'll see. On the pad on top of the skid plate, well, the top of the drone, but unfortunately, that one little screw hole, that one little nut head, as you can see right there, it does not cover that screw. So now I've got these nice little indentations on my brand new Race Day Quads 1500. Well, it is what it is. Still works. All the cells test good.
So I thought I'd finish this video a little bit of a different way, so I'm wearing a different shirt. But, so far my X220, I'm getting my money's worth out of it. It's given me enough to learn on and, change out stuff and upgrade and think about where I'm going to make my next drone, how I'm going to plan it out, and even when I do decide to make one, if I'm going to go with a 4-in-1 ESC stack or if I'm going to just go with my main flight controller and 4 different ESCs. This is giving me a lot to think about, a lot of different choices to look at, and this has been a great experience already so far. Now it's time for me to show you my crash videos.